Thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. First, please join me in remembering Dr. William Spriggs, who was scheduled to address this conference before his unexpected passing in June. Bill was a dear friend and colleague. I know others attending this conference worked with him as well. Bill served as the Economics Department Chair at Howard University and as Chief Economist for the AFL-CIO. President Obama appointed and the Senate confirmed Bill to serve as Assistant Secretary for the Office of Policy at the Department of Labor. Bill's work ensured that the voices and needs of workers were at the center of economic policy making. His impact cannot be overstated. To quote from President Biden's statement on Bill's passing, Bill was a towering figure in his field, a trailblazer who challenged the field's basic assumptions about racial discrimination in labor markets, pay equity, and worker empowerment. His work inspired countless economists to join him in the pursuit of economic justice. Among his many accomplishments, Bill created the Center on Race and Wealth at Howard University and mentored innumerable students and young professionals. Bill served on the RDRC Scholars Panel, and earlier this year, Bill spoke at one of our Structural Barriers forums. He made an enormous difference, especially for people who face the greatest barriers. I know we can continue to build on Bill's legacy. I want to thank John Leitner and his team for organizing this 25th annual meeting of the RDRC. I commend all the centers for contributing to our understanding of retirement and disability issues. Research partnerships like the RDRC benefit the public by providing evidence to support policymaking. Since the agency's inception, we have relied on research to help us administer our programs. Our work is critical, and we know that we must improve service. Our biggest challenge is an unprecedented backlog of initial disability claims due to too many years of insufficient funding combined with the pandemic. 1.1 million people are waiting an average of 7 months for a decision. We require multiple years of sustained sufficient funding to reduce this backlog. Congress provided us with an increase in funding this fiscal year. Although the increase was about 55% of the President's budget request, we were able to cover fixed cost increases in salaries and rent for our 1,200 field offices. We focused the balance of funds on a hiring surge. To improve service, we need to rebuild our workforce from the record low level of staffing we experienced last year. I am pleased to report that we are making progress. However, I am concerned that insufficient funding from Congress for next fiscal year will result in a loss of this momentum. The FY 2024 President's budget request of $15.5 billion would keep us on a path to maintain staffing levels, process more work, and serve more people. We are working to achieve as much as possible with this year's funding. In addition to hiring and retaining staff, we are improving our business processes, supporting technology upgrades, and simplifying our policies. We established our regulatory and statutory agenda for the next 18 months, with a focus on improvements we can accomplish in the near term. Past research output from the RDRC has helped inform improvements, and the research you're conducting today will help with future program development. We are improving race and ethnicity data collection as part of the administration's whole-of-government approach to advancing equity. More updates will be available in our fiscal year 2024 Equity Action Plan. To effectively address structural barriers, it is essential to gain the perspective, insight, and expertise of scholars of color, like Bill Spriggs. Let's expand on Bill's work by identifying young scholars of color in your institutions, listening carefully to their research perspectives, which may be very different from yours, and then advancing their work. In addition, ensure HBCUs, tribal colleges, and other institutions serving people of color are among the RDRC network of researchers and practitioners. We have not solved the issues of racial and ethnic disparities. I believe that it will take the inclusion of the intellect and research of people of color who have the greatest insight into their own communities to accurately identify the root causes of disparities and comprehensively design effective solutions. With that, I will turn it back to John. Thank you.